A state Supreme Court panel in Rochester today hearing an appeal in the murder case of a former elementary school teacher in the North Syracuse School District.
Now, last summer, the grand jury indictment of James Ball was tossed out by an Onondaga County court judge. News Channel 9's Jeff Kulikowski was in Rochester today as prosecutors asked to have that indictment reinstated.
Rather than ask a new grand jury to formally charge James Ball with murder, the Onondaga County District Attorney's Office is arguing to an appeals court here in Rochester that they should simply let that first indictment stand.
Why not just represent?
I mean, that's a viable alternative, but we took the appeal because, you know, this is... we all benefit when the court weighs in on significant gray areas.
In particular, whether or not Ball's defense team should have been able to call his wife to testify a second time, something they were not allowed to do.
But the law does give the defense the ability to request that the grand jury hear from a particular witness. It doesn't say that we have to ask the people or the DA. It says that we can request the grand jury hear from a particular witness.
Spano telling the judges today they were blocked from recalling Mrs. Ball. He says she would have provided more detail about what happened at their house the night Christopher Ross, Ball's brother-in-law, was shot to death, which the Balls maintain was in self-defense.
It's our position that his permission to be there had been revoked by both his behavior and physically removing him from the house and telling him not to return, and that he came back in with the intent to commit an assault.
Ball was not in court today. He remains free on bail, but still charged with murder while he waits for an appeals panel here to decide this part of the case. At the 4th Department State Supreme Court Appellate Division in Rochester, Jeff Kulikowski, News Channel 9.
The court will now issue a written decision, which could come in weeks or several months from now. Ball, who is out on bail, has retired from Smith Road Elementary School, where he worked.